Welcome back to the Build the Enterprise from Fanhome. This is the D from the next generation. Massive die cast, lit. It's crazy. Stage pack 98. I'm gonna be putting together another deck panel here and doing a little work on this lower part of the battle section. Hope everyone's having a great day out there, or evening, or night, or whatever. I'm fresh back from a dental appointment. Had some more dental work done. Hopefully that's it for a little bit. Kids, take care of your teeth. I'm trying to keep all of mine I can, but I'm winding up with some crowns and had a root canal. I mean, it's, yeah, let's leave it at that. So, I did request to take the rest of the day off, and it was granted, which is nice after a dental. So I'm going to relax, knock out this pack with you. If you're new here, I tend to babble as I put this thing together. Something stuck on the bottom of my ship, my saucer. That's how I do it. Okay, let me kind of get parts arranged over here. Get you over here. You might be hearing my squeaky, creaky old computer chair I got down here. I hate it. One day I'll replace it. Something better. But not today. Alright, we got a lot of escape pods here. Lifeboats. I'm going to roll these out. And get them ready. Our deck panel should be metal. Hopefully it goes on a little easier than the last one. The last one I kind of had to struggle with it. Getting it in place. Salty Shell back out there commenting that his hobby is getting motorcycles, fixing them up, flipping them, you know, reselling them. That's a pretty cool hobby. If you got that skill set, man, that's something I'd like to do. But I'm sure it is a lot of work. You got to know what you're doing too. So that is a cool hobby, though. I dig it. I like it. If I have to live in an area where you got a lot of, you know, access to older motorcycles and stuff that you can get that need some maintenance around here, I don't know how well that would do for me, even if I had the skills and the tools. Alright, these lifeboats, the red line is just going to be oriented towards the wider rim. So I'm just going to slot these in place. Still actually always on the look for a used motorcycle myself. I keep going back and forth on what I want, but and I also go back and forth looking at my bank account thinking, I should not spend any money right now. So there's also that. Okay, so those are in. I'm going to do something dangerous and just double check. Ooh, let's see. Almost spilled it out. Make sure I had them oriented correctly. Let's put that down before I mess it up. Okay, this black panel here is going to hold in place. It's got some little cutout areas to fit over these posts. That's going to hold those in place. We're going to secure these with some AM screws. AM, M for metal. So I need to get my 3-in-1 oil and the tip. The trick is to dip the tip. That way it makes it easier for these to thread into the metal because it cuts its own threads. I already have a tray somewhere. There it is. think it has enough in it still. Yeah. Get my screwdriver ready. Load one up. Den scourge, we're going to dip the tip. Have some decent down pressure with this. Love this screwdriver for this type of work. Craftsman, like 12 bucks, has the spinny thing on top, you know, so you can down force it. Different bits to change out. Dip the tip. Oh, what happened, John Solar? We got it in. Y'all getting a top down on my hairy hand. There we go. Grizzly paw. Alright. That's in place. Now I need to put this edge piece in. That's like I've said before, whenever we install it on the rim here, make sure it's clipped underneath the other saucer panel. So let me orient it, see how this is going to orient like as so. Couple of nubbins there to fit over. 2 IM screws. So what was I saying earlier? Oh, motorcycles, man. So I wouldn't mind, I got my license long ago, and I'm not going to go through the whole sob story, but I haven't ridden in so long. I'm basically like a newbie. I still have my endorsement, but so I kind of want to get more of a. I mean, I'm old enough and everything. I could probably get a larger bike, but I'd kind of like to just be smart about it. Get a more of like a starter bike again and kind of restart. And I know I may want to trade that later or move up or just keep it. I mean, I just need a little taste at my age, get a little life back in me, you know. So I was kind of thinking about Ninja 500, something like that. I've thought about the 650. So it's kind of not. It's a sport bike, but it's more of a standard style. All right, this is gonna go here. I just don't want to buy one new. I'd like to save some money if I got one, but man. Whoop, I got a light flickering over in my basement. Y'all may not see that, but it looks like I'm about to replace a bulb over there. Looking like freaking Poltergeist City over here. What the heck, man? Hold on, that's tripping me out. Unscrew that bulb. It was going out. It's LED. Can't remember if this one was either already in this house or I brought it over from the previous. I think it was already in. I gotta get another bulb now. Alright. FM. So let me get this. Hopefully this slots in. You got little notches here, there. And then again, get this lip underneath there. That's kind of a ooh, Maverick is texting me. See if I can get this slotted in, clipped around. Ooh, did that one just go in that easy? Oh man, so much easier than the last one. I'm just gonna tilt, yep, and it's clipped underneath. Wow, that's how it should go. That's nice. Okay, 2 FM screw. Oh no, yeah, 2 FM screws. Got them right here. I'm also one of these guys that likes Harleys. I've never owned one, ridden one. I don't know if I necessarily like the big baggers, but they're so dang expensive, man. Those would be nice to. Those would be cool to cruise. I'm not too awful far from like Sturgis, stuff like that. You know, I mean, I can get to, for example, I can get to like Mount Rushmore in around about 5 hours ish. So I mean, that whole area is kind of accessible to me. But doesn't mean you don't have to have a freaking Harley to go down Sturgis, stuff like that. Indian or any bike really. One in. That'd be kind of fun. But again, Harleys are way too expensive for me. Although, what I actually always liked was the V-Rod. And I think hardcore Harley people may not. Harley Davidson people may not. You know, it was like their first water-cooled engine. But it's like a hot rod. I like the style. It's like a hot rod bike, you know. Like a street rod bike from the factory. It's pretty cool. Those I have seen running anywhere from 6, depending on the year and mileage, anywhere from, you know, around 6 grand up. Fixer-uppers are cheaper. Alright, that's done. I need to put the little what you call it right there. And did I lose that? Did I even get one? The fake cover. I got to find it. Hold on. Alright, I turned the camera off, but actually I found it within 5 seconds, and I got real lucky and didn't step on it. It was on the floor. These parts out of these bags, man, easy to lose. Okay, so this one, just line up the posts into the hole, go straight in, clicks in. That is done. That is done. Got our lights. Yep, lights are in. I already tested those anyway, but there's none down here. Okay, almost done with this one. We got a little more work to do over here on our, I'll raise y'all up. Whoop. And got this bottom plastic piece of the battle section. We're going to put a light panel in place that we got out of the last kit. Where is it? This piece right here. That's how all these little light windows should have been. These windows. Panels. Alright. So this goes in like that. Then we get a lifeboat. The red line is going to face out from the center line. It should look something like that. Carefully set that kind of down. Our light reflector panel, whatever you call this. This is going to orient like that. And let's see here. Get this back in place. Oh, I got a cable over here. Okay. So one of these bulbs we're going to need. I'm going to go ahead and splay these out from the new cable. We're going to reuse one use one that's loose out of this one. I'm probably not making any sense. So take this bulb from the previous cable. It was already installed. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Get that lifeboat back in. Get this on. Like that. Just doesn't have a good positive lockup. It's like it's kind of sliding around on there. BP screws. Get these out and ready. This is going in plastic, so you don't have to dip the tip or nothing. It'll thread in nice and easy. Just snug it and stop. I'm going to load one up to have it ready. Okay, so this one is going to go slot in under here. Come on. Alright, so that's in. I'm going to go ahead and start this. I'm not going to fully seat it yet. Just going to get it started. So I need to I'm going to take the red wire here. This bulb is going to slot in on this side. Like that. Alright, and it looks like I'm going to have to kind of bend it around. Like that. A dumbass design. Get another BP screw. That's going to go right there. Snug and snug this first one down. Oh man, it wasn't even started. What the heck? That's weird. Thought it was. Snug. I'm just going to double check everything. That's in. That's in. Yeah, I don't want to over tighten those, but that's in. That's it. Not overthinking it. Set that aside till the next kit. We are done with what pack was this? 98 is done in the history books, and this book 25 is now in the history books. What I normally do is kind of give a little rundown of what is in the back here, some highlights. It kind of gives you some behind the scenes of the series and the making of, some gee whiz. This is the inner light. This is that episode where Picard gets the probe, like virtually has them live like a whole lifetime as kids and everything, just so that culture can pass on what it was like. It was kind of interesting, but what's interesting about this is that's actually Patrick Stewart's son. What was his name? Daniel Stewart. So I didn't know that until seeing it in the back of this book. So kind of some cool gee whiz stuff in here. Time's Arrow, not my favorite. They go back in time. There's some weird aliens mess around on Earth. Guinan's living in the past with Mark Twain for some weird reason. You know, I don't know. It was a weird episode. But then Data's head gets detached and has to stay buried in that cave for all those centuries. Realm of Fear with Barclay. I always kind of liked the Barclay character. Of course, he was on the A-Team. Howlin' Mad Murdoch. Same actor. So anyway, transporter phobia. Turns out there was people trapped in there, I think. Man, the people, Troy gets aged out. She don't look like that. I don't know how old she's supposed to be in this makeup here for the series, but she's older now. She looks much better than what they depict there. She aged gracefully. Alright, that's it. Book 25 is done. I'm going to go relax a little bit. Take care out there. Thanks for watching. Shout out to Fanhome. Sending me up these kits. Boom.